Hi everyone, my name is Rehan and today we are going to make a project of smart home of IoT based on packet tracer. So we start. First of all, we have to add a home gateway. We can find it by searching DLC and place it here, and then open its configuration setting and LAN settings and copy its IP address and paste outside so that we can use it later, and paste it here. Okay, the next thing we need is a smartphone to control all our IoT devices. So smart phone, we are taking a smartphone. Okay, and open smartphone in the config settings. In wireless setting, I have to change its SSID to home gateway. Okay, now we have to open its okay, so it is now connected, and now we have to open its web browser, and we have to enter the IP address of our home gateway 192.168.25.1. okay, and enter. It is asking username and password. We have to put username and password, both admin username and admin as password. Okay, and submit. So there are no devices because we have added nothing to our home gateway. So now we add some IoT devices to our home gateway. If we select N devices and this home, we will see a lot of IoT based devices here to attach in our project. So we are starting from fan. At the moment we just add fan in our bedroom. Okay, and so if you click on fan, there are a lot of description about the fan. You can read it here, such as features, its uses, and direct control. In the configuration set, okay, so in configuration settings of the fan, at the last, you have to open configuration settings of fan, and at the last, at IoT server, you have to select the home gateway. Okay, and you have also to make sure that in advanced settings, physical specification. Okay, so in advanced settings in IO configure, you have to make sure that you have selected this wireless one. Okay, so that it automatically connect to wireless, and then close it. Then again open your smartphone and see here we have connected a ceiling fan here. You can see it here. Okay, so now we move to our further devices to connect with our project. Okay, so now we have connected a fan, and now we have to connect the other devices to our project, such as we can add a window here and name it as window 1. Okay, win 1, and it will be good. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, and so open it. In the configuration setting, we have to select home gateway, and in advanced setting in IO configure, make sure that it is selected to wireless, so that it automatically connect to our home gateway. Okay, so the next thing we have to add is wind detector to detect wind outside and to open and close window automatically. We keep it here. Okay, we keep it here and name it as wind detector. Okay, we have named it as wind detector. Open its configure settings. We have to open its configure settings, select the home gateway in IoT server, and in advanced IO configure, make sure that it is wireless again. Okay, so these are the things we have attached. Now we have to check in our smartphone that we have added the three things: fan, our window, and a wind detector. And now we are proceeding to our next things which we have to add. Here we can also give conditions to our devices, IoT devices such as window. We can give it conditions such as in conditions tab. We can add a condition to which we can name as close wind, such as when wind is outside, so window closed, close wind 1. Okay, so keep it enabled, and here wind detector, and in this tab we have to select wind and keep it true. Okay, then set it wind 1 and keep it on and keep it true. Okay, and then select the okay. So now we have selected our first condition. You can also add condition according to yourself which are needed. So now we have to add more components to it, such as we have to add a door here. So we add a door here, and to connect it to our home gateway, open its configuration, and in IoT server select home gateway, and again I am going to IO configure to make sure that it is selected as wireless. Okay, so to make it automatic we have to add a motion detector here. Adding motion detector, open its configure settings, and select the home gateway, and in advanced setting also check that it is selected as wireless. Okay, so these two components we have added. Now we have to check in our smartphone that these devices are showing. Okay, so in home tab we can check that we have these devices such as our fan. Okay, so these are door, we can name it as door 1. Name is door 1, and motion detector 1. Detector 1. Okay, so now in smartphone we can check that these devices we have added. We have to now add a new condition, and for door we can say that if motion detector 1, we can see that if motion detector 1 is on, then set door 1 lock to unlock. Okay, so this condition we have set and save it. This condition, it is saying that invalid rule. We have to check what is the issue here, because it is saying that invalid rule. We actually want that when motion detector detect the motion, door should be automatically open. So motion detector 1 on, and is condition true. Door 1 is locked to unlock. Condition is correct, but why is not giving the answer? So let me check it. Okay, so now we have to set condition for our door to unlock it automatically. So we have we name it what should be the name of our second condition. We can name it as unlock door. Okay, so unlock door 1. Okay, so select motion detector when it is on and it is true, then set our door 1 from lock to unlock. Okay, so currently our door is unlocked. Currently our door is locked. When motion sensor detect a motion, it will be unlocked automatically and saving it. Okay, so it is saved. Now we move to our further step. Now the problem is this: when our motion detector sense a motion, the door is open, but it is not closed automatically after the motion is sensed. So we also have to set condition that it automatically close the door. So we again open our conditions tab here and adding a new condition which is lock door 1. Okay, so when motion detector 1 is on and it is false, then set door 1 lock, sorry, oh okay, from unlock to lock to unlock. Okay, okay. So this is we're doing so that when there is no motion, our door automatically set the condition from lock to again, so our door again lock. Okay, so and now we move to our further next step. So we have added the condition. Now we test that our condition is working or not. So if we place a motion detector, door is open, but after some time door will automatically closed. Door is closed, so it sense motion, it is open, but after some time door is automatically closed when there is no motion. Okay, so now door is closed. So our both the conditions are working correct. Okay, so now we add more components to our home, such as we can add an air condition here. So this is our air condition, we can add it here. Open its configuration settings in the IoT server connected to home gateway. Okay, so in the advanced settings in IoT configure, make sure it is wireless. Okay, so it is wireless and connected over home gateway. The next thing we can connect is as our furnace. We can search here or in appliances, such as we can find it in furnace. I think furnace. Okay, so let me first search where is furnace. I think furnace is not here. Okay, so this is furnace. Okay, we can add it here. So we can add it and we have added it here. We can now it's open its configuration setting, and in the IoT server select the home gateway, and in advanced IO configure, make sure that it is wireless. Okay, so to make it fully we can only turn off it from our smartphone, but to make it fully automatic, we have to add the thermostat here to detect cool and heat. So in its configuration settings in IoT server, add it to home gateway, and in advanced IO configure, make sure it is wireless again. Okay, so we have added these things. Now check in our smartphone. Sorry, we can also name it as such as thermostat 1. Okay, and our air conditioner, we can name it as AC1. Okay, so also rename our furnace as furnace 1 and AC furnace 1. Okay, so we have renamed it. Now we I'm going to check in the smartphone that these all devices are shown here. Now we have to add the more conditions so that our system work automatically. Okay, so we want that our air conditioner and furnace work automatically, so add a new condition for our AC. So on AC1. Okay, so if our thermostat 1 has temperature greater than, okay, so greater than 20, then our AC1 should be on. So we have set a condition that if our temperature is going above 20 our air condition will be on automatically. Okay, so also add condition for off AC, off AC1. Okay, so if our thermostat has the temperature below than the 20, then our AC should be off automatically. Okay, so it should be off automatically. and set the condition. Now we have to add condition for our furnace that on furnace if the thermostat detect the temperature less than 20 degree, then the furnace should be on automatically. Okay, and if our thermostat, now we have to add condition for off the furnace, off furnace. So if our thermostat detect the temperature greater than 20 degree, then our furnace should be off. So make it false. Okay, so we have added the conditions for both for the AC and the furnace. Now we have to add more components to it, but before adding more components, let us check these conditions are working. So now we are checking the condition that our temperature is below 20 degree, so our furnace is on. When our temperature is greater than 20 degree, our air conditioner will automatically be on. So now we add more components to our project. Okay, so for example, we have a small garden here. Let's take a rectangle with a fill color and grass green. Okay, so here we have a garden like this. It is a small garden, and I'm sorry, I have separated no fill. Now we make a rectangle. Okay, so this will work, and this is our small garden. Okay, so now we will add a sprinkle here. Let me find sprinkle. Okay, so this is our sprinkle. We add it here in our garden and rename it as sprinkle 1. Okay, so in the configure settings, we will select in the IoT server as home gateway. Okay, so now we can control it out from our mobile, that when we need water in our garden, we can keep it on. But to make it fully automatic, we need a image monitor, which we will keep here. And in the config settings, IoT server, we will select the home gateway. Okay, so now it is connected to our home gateway, and in smartphone we can see that in web browser we can see that our I think we have to enter our URL again, 192.168.25.1, and enter. It is asking username and password. We have same username and password, and now we have the devices. This is our sprinkle, and this is our image monitor. We should rename it as image 1. Okay, so now we open our smartphone. Here we have the devices, IoT devices, which are we have connected to our home gateway. So in conditions, we add a new condition to on sprinkle to make it fully automatic, that when our one has the emitter greater than 55, so it will keep our sprinkle status to on. Okay, so now we can check the condition that yes, it is working, because we have the 70, and so our sprinkle is on. When it is less than 55, our sprinkle will be off automatically. So it is working. Now we have to add some more components, such as this is our main gate, and we have to add a webcam here. So we add a webcam. So we are taking webcam from here and keeping it in the main gate, and in the config setting we have to select the home gateway so that it get connected to our home gateway. It is connected to our home gateway. We can control it from our smartphone, but to make it fully automatic we have to use a motion sensor. We will use a motion sensor here. When it detects the motion, camera will be automatically on. So in the configure settings, in IoT server we have to select home gateway. Okay, so now in the smartphone setting we have to add a new condition for our webcam on webcam. So when I think we should rename it as motion sensor 2. Motion sense 2. Okay, so now we add condition when our motion sense 2 it is not yet listed here. So first we have to check that it should be listed here. In the home section it is not listed yet. It is listed motion sense 2. Okay, so we also have to change the webcam as webcam 1. Okay, so now check both addresses are listed. So in the condition we have to add a condition and add a condition about on webcam. Okay, so now here we have to select motion detector 2, motion sense 2 when it is on. So our webcam start recording. Okay, so when there is a motion our webcam will automatically start recording. Okay, so let us check that this condition is working, and so it means these conditions are working when our motion detector detecting our motion, webcam is automatically start recording. So these conditions are working correctly. Okay, so let me think what more things we can add to it. We can add a light in our bedroom. Okay, so adding light here. In the config setting we can select the home gateway. Okay, so we can handle it from our smartphone to keep it on or off. So the next thing, I think one light should be here in this bedroom and here, and also in the config setting we have to select the home gateway. Okay, so rename it as light 1 and light 2, light 1, and this is light 2. We can completely control them from our smartphone. So we can also add a fan in this bedroom. So add a fan, and in the config settings select the home gateway. Okay, it is selected, and make it a little rearrange. So also rename it as fan 2. Okay, so our both the bedrooms have selected. We can also add a window here, same as in our first bedroom. So add a window here, and in its configure settings we have to select the home gateway. Okay, so it is automatically connected to home gateway, and we can rename it as window. Okay, so now we can add the same components in our bedroom. So first of all, add some components to our kitchen, such as a smoke detector. Okay, so add a smoke detector here. Open its config settings. In its config settings, we have to select the home gateway. Okay, so and also rename it as smoke detector. Rename it as smoke detector, so that it will be easy for us to identify the device. Smoke 1. Okay, it is selected as smoke 1. So in the config setting, we will select home gateway. Okay, it is selected. Now we have to add a siren, so that when the smoke is detected, the siren. So as our smoke detector is connected to our home gateway, so now add a siren in the living room, such as we can add it here, so that it automatically rings when the smoke is detected. So open its config settings and select the home gateway. Okay, so now we have to add conditions in our smartphone. We can firstly check that all these devices are detected by our smartphone. Yes, all our light 1, light 2, fan, wind 2 and smoke 1 are detected. Siren 1 is, I think, not detected yet. We can rename it as siren 1. Siren 1. Okay, so now again we have to recheck that it is detected. It is asking our IP address again, 192.168.25.1. our username and password is admin. You can also keep them same. So now all the devices are detected. In the conditions, we have to add a condition for our smoke detector and our siren. We have to add a condition such as on. We can name it as on siren. Okay, so we have to select the smoke detector. Yes, we have to select the smoke detector from the list. So we have connected smoke detector and siren. We have just to add conditions to our smoke detector. We are again opening our smartphone, 192.168.25.1, entering our username and password. Okay, so in the conditions tab, we have to add a condition over the smoke detector on siren. Smoke detector, when the level of smoke is greater than, I think, 0.01, the siren 1 should be on. Siren 1 should be on. Okay, so it is done. Now we have set our siren and smoke detector in the kitchen. We can add some more devices such as light and a fan in this bedroom also. So name devices, and in home appliances we can add a light here, such as a light here. We can rename it as light 3. light 3, and also a fan here, and rename it as a fan 3. Okay, so in the config settings in IoT server we have to select as home gateway, and that's it. And same as for the fan, as we did for all the devices in the IoT server, we have to select the home gateway. Okay, so we have to check that all the devices are being detected by our smartphone, so that we can control easily. Yes, it is detected, light 3 and fan 3. Now we have to add some more components to our smart home. So next we can add some more components to our smart home, such as we can add a street lamp here in our garden, and in its config settings we can select the home gateway, and this is connected to our home gateway, so we can keep it here. So next thing we can add is here we can add a garage in our home. So let me first make a garage. So here is our garage. Okay, so from the home devices we can get a car. We can keep it here and name it and name it as car 1. So it is car 1, and delete these extra rectangles we have made by mistake. Okay, so now we have to add a garage gate here. We can add it here, sorry, and in its configuration settings, first of all cut it, and in its configuration settings we can select the home gateway. Okay, so this is our garage. To make it automatic open and close, we have to keep a smoke detector here. We can keep it here, which we can connect to our home gateway from IoT server. Selecting the home gateway, it is connected to our home gateway. So we can also set the condition in the smoke detector that first of all give it a name as smoke 2 and name it as garage door. When the smoke level is above, for example 0.1, our garage door will automatically be open. So open our smartphone, and in the config in desktop conditions we can add a condition to open garage, and when what is the name of our smoke detector? Smoke 2, which is not being detected, I think, here. So first let me check in our home tab so that it is being detected. Yes, it is detected here. Now in the conditions we can add the condition to insert. Okay, so this is a mistake. So now we have to open garage, and here is smoke 2. It is smoke 1, and we want smoke 2. When the smoke 2 level is greater than 0.01, our garage door will be on automatically. Okay, so first we should check this condition is working. buy a car. So so this condition is working as our smoke detector detect the smoke, garage door automatically open. So this is our smart home project. We have added different IoT based components and devices in it, which are automatically working and which are not automatically working. We are controlling them from our smartphone. We have added various types of the products, devices you can add according to yourself, such as in kitchen you can add a coffee maker, and in bedroom you can add some more devices and more components to it of your use. So this was our project. Thank you very much for watching.